All right, welcome to our next interview with the researchers. I'm Frank Griffiths, this is Travis Webb, and we are interviewing renowned social champion Katie McPherson. She's something of a celebrity here in Arizona. She's been on this platform for a long time, teaching parents and teens about social media and the pros and cons of it. Katie, tell us a little bit about your crusade. You're a crusader.
Oh my gosh. Well, I started this tiny crusade with the esteemed Frank Griffiths and Travis Webb 14 years ago when we had an issue on our campus with a student being bullied online, and at that time it was myspace.com, and here we are.
That sound old, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And here we are 14 years later, still trying to figure out how to protect our kids and how to use social media for good when they're ready, and how to educate parents about what's out there.
It's been a crazy ride, and there's always new stuff coming out. It's always changing, right? So
Yes.
there's always something new to educate parents on, and like you said, 15 years ago, it was this new thing called MySpace, and then Facebook, and now those are, MySpace is pretty much gone. Facebook is for grandma and grandpa,
Yep.
and now we're in a new arena with every kid 10 years and older having a smartphone, and we're seeing some really crazy ramifications from that. What are you seeing? Now, you're a school administrator, a school teacher, and also an educator for a private institution. And tell us about your experience with screen time in kids. What are you seeing?
Just overwhelmingly seeing what Travis sees every day in his office with anxious parents, anxious kids, depression levels. Our suicide rate here in Arizona has spiked 85%. With our boys completing 4-to-1 over girls, and screen time impact and social media being a part of that, in that they're spending a lot of time online, comparing themselves to others, getting depressed about that, and then having ideation that goes unnoticed. A lot of parents not noticing the difference between typical teen angst and ideation, and then using social media as the voice to say goodbye to the world in a very cryptic, insidious way.
Yeah, and dramatic.
Very.
A lot of flair.
Yeah.
What is that? What's happening?
Well, I would ask, before we go there, let's talk about that 4-to-1 ratio. You've worked with a lot of boys, students. What is really driving that? Before we talk about the way they go out, let's talk about the...
In my layperson experience, it's really that turning inward with their pain and not feeling like they can express it, not willing to be vulnerable, not knowing how to be vulnerable, not having those connections. Girls leave no mystery to their life. I'm a mother of 4 daughters. So when I look at social media of a girl struggling, it's, I'm not okay, I'm not going to attempt. When I look at a boy's page that has completed, it's very difficult to trace, but it's there.
And to be clear, we're talking about suicide. We're talking about
Yes.
boys that they've ended their lives.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you say it's there, what are some of the things that you see? What are some of those cryptic...
They will say things like, had a really crappy day, with profanity, don't want to be here anymore, but there's 400 likes and followers retweeting that because kids are relating to that. They're not making fun of them. They're actually relating to that edgy baseline. Yeah. And the next thing you know, like one of my students, his last message on his Instagram was, keep vibing. And that was his way of saying, peace out, I'm out.
Yeah. What does that mean, keep vibing?
Keep vibing.
Oh, vibing.
Vibing, like...
Vibe, yeah.
Yeah, keep vibing. So it's not for boys, like this blatant, like, I'm going to kill myself, I don't want to be here anymore. It's this really cryptic. But if you look at the platform and you're watching and supervising, sure enough, there's red flag, red flag, red flag. But
so when the guys are saying, I hate my life, I don't want to be here, FML.
They all kind of talk like that.
Right, and people are liking it because they're empathizing, essentially.
Yes.
But is that being misinterpreted as, oh, these people want me to die?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares? Or is it...
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Because a thumbs up could mean a lot of things.
When I talk to the boys' friends after they've completed suicide and I say, you saw this, how come you didn't report? Or, did you see this? They were like, yeah, well, we all talk like that. And if I was worried, it's still not cool to report. I'm not going to sell out the friendship boy to boy.
Even if he thinks his friend's going to commit suicide.
Yes.